You know, when we share our language, we all have our different cultures, our beliefs, our languages. They are the most powerful gifts that we're blessed with from the Creator.
When we say language, it's culture. In my tribe, you know, without the language, the culture is lost.
And sometimes there are some words or some phrases or expressions that are only understood or known by your group, so that gives you a sense of cohesiveness, belonging to a specific group.
A lot of elders go as far as saying that the language itself has a spirit.
Our relationship to land and language is really interconnected. So when you go out on the land to identify place names and landmarks, you begin to identify our ecology, our relationship to the plants, to the wildlife. It's really important for our children because right now, if the current trend continues, by about 2027, there'll only be about 2% speaking Blackfoot. So we've got to do a dramatic turnaround.
And then in today's world, the young people, because of language being strict, it's hard to identify.
I grew up in the wilderness. My mom and dad were both trappers. And we all spoke Cree, 100% Cree, until I was 6 years old when I was taken away to the Indian residential school.
And eventually they would lose their language, and when they returned home after they completed school, they were just removed and sent back home. And you can imagine the alienation or the strangeness of meeting your mother or your father, but you can't talk to each other because neither of you speak each other's language.
It's better today, or far better now. A lot of young people are trying to learn their language.
They should make an attempt to have some kind of language offerings for First Nations.
It was, we developed program of studies where you pull kids out and they have Cree for maybe half an hour a day, maybe 3 times a week or whatever. Well, that model doesn't work. That's like after 30 years of it being, used, because it's not enough time. So now I think we're getting, the elders are saying we need immersion programs.
We have to figure that piece out because that's the piece, I think, to maintain the culture. The curriculum's there. We just need the teachers, and where do we do it? We're kind of thinking if we could start a language-based program for those students starting at grade 7 and have them moving through all the way. Right? To me, that's the next biggest step. If we don't tackle that piece at some point long after we're gone, their language will be gone.
Language is the whole culture for us, and it connects with the land, the nature, teaches us, and like our fathers, grandfathers, and I think language is, the key point for culture.